Hey guys, back again. There's a couple of things I actually forgot to mention in the previous video of doing the timing chain on this b204 or b235 or whatever. I'm not even going to go into that, you know what I mean. So basically, when I was saying to you about taking the timing cover off, if you haven't already got there to do the timing chain, what I forgot to do, and I will put this video link into the timing chain one, just to encourage people to not think, oh, well, you didn't cover that. So basically, what I forgot to tell you was to take the timing cover off as well. There's obviously two M8 bolts here. Now, a lot of them are 12mm, but a lot of them are also 13. So I'm going to just say that just so you don't go, oh, you told me it's 13 to do it's extra 12. No, don't know why Saab did that, but it's Saab, innit? So GM, what else can we say? And also, you've got to separate, well, not separate, but two 13mm bolts here. Now, if you're fortunate enough, you've got the later type b204 engine code, you're going to have 13mm M8 heads on them. If you're unfortunate and you've got the earlier one, they also had T40 Torx bolts, which a lot of them, they wasn't too bad to undo, but I've had a couple before where they've been a nightmare, and it's always typical ones where you can't necessarily get direct to. So you need to take them off before you can withdraw that. So I just wanted to point that out, guys. And also, another thing I forgot to mention is when you're coming to turn the cams up to time them up, you want to make sure that you don't use any other tools, more grips ideally, because obviously they've got, oh no, and Mr. Ben Lang's ringing. Do I answer it? No. Right, so basically, yeah, you got this spanner on here, so you can turn it back and two. Now, another thing is, if for whatever reason you're turning the cams, and they will flick, because obviously the tension on the springs across the lobes it. So if you find that it does lock, just what you want to do is you want to turn your crank. So what's happening, as the valves are trying to go down, the pistons are sat there. So obviously they're trying to make contact. So that's why you want to set your cams up pretty much. So the engines, like all four, are just equally across. Set your cams up and then bring your crank back to TDC. I'm pretty sure that's covered it for the timing and any things you do have. But again, I'll say another things as well that I've had myself happen before. We've bought brand new timing kits. And what we've found is that the engine turned over lovely with these not fully tightened. We tightened these up and the engine locked solid. And I was like, what have we done? And it turned out the actual machining of the one cam pulley was slightly too deep. And when we tightened this up, it actually tightened right up to the head. And that was causing locking issues. So be aware of that. If your engine turns over lovely before you've torqued these up. Now these bolts here themselves, they need to be torqued up to 60 Newton meters. Now again, you want to get your spanner there on the end, hold it, don't let it dig into the head and damage your face for the rocker cover. So hold that, torque wrench, 60 Newton meters, lovely jubbly on them. And I've also known a lot of people as well to go absolutely nuts on these cam caps. Now these cam caps, if I remember rightly, they only want to be done to about 16 Newton meters. It doesn't feel enough, but trust me, that is all they need. So I'm pretty sure I've covered it now. But if I sound an idiot, talk like an idiot, probably. But yeah, well, that's it. Any more advice you need, guys, just comment below, like, subscribe, hit the bell button. Cheers, guys.